um, this will be
EA
a Madden
Sports. It's in the game.
video today, and probably when I get the match over, like, not like, it's not gonna be like the whole thing, but it'll be pretty long of a video, so you guys let me know in the comments section down below. Tell me what your favorite NFL team is, and what your favorite sport game is. As you guys can see, I have started the game. I am the Seahawks, but I'm gonna make a new one for you guys. I'm just going to do a normal game, so I'm gonna go with Chargers. Yeah, Chargers against.
It's like I'm at the studio with Michael.
Oh, wait, not
You can hear
Lions.
me dancing on the beat. Bam, bam, about to put a mansion on the beach.
What are you Patriots?
That's what happens when you're around with body. And I put that my mommy. I will never give my heart
You guys, do not forget
a
to
dance that goes with this song.
like,
Then I'ma be
subscribe, hit that notification bell,
basic. Going
so you
dance
never
to it.
miss out on
Basic
upload,
everywhere.
I mean,
Going dance to
upload,
it. Let me breathe for a
and
minute.
share with your
Let me
friends.
breathe for a minute.
I'm gonna go with
Let
Snowy.
me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover.
There we go.
Let me breathe for a
6:30.
minute. Let me breathe
I'm
for a
probably
minute, man.
just gonna do the first 2 quarters.
White Range Rover.
Probably, maybe the first 3 quarters
Baby, shake that. Shake
of
that.
the game.
Shake that. You gotta. Baby,
And
shake that. Shake
I'll
that.
probably be over video, over uploads for today. Oh, and guys, I do not know if this is coming in, so I'm sorry. If it is because I don't know how to edit.
I lay on beaches and swerving whips. You ain't serving, you just an urban myth. Every day get flee, ride around Queens on a jet ski. It's me.
Guys, put your comment down below. What team do you think is going to win? Patriots?
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Chargers?
Well, the radar says the heavy stuff still a few hours away, but snow is falling as we near kickoff at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup.
Hard.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down
But
right at the 20. Between the
one of
Los
my
Angeles
best
Chargers and the New
I'm not
England
gonna go with-
Patriots.
It's good, coaches. But these are some of my best plays that I have. But I won't do them all the time. I just do them sometimes when I really need them. So I'm just going to try
Now
to get this
Brady on the
first down here.
bootleg. And his
Okay.
first pass is incomplete. He was
That
looking
did
for
not work
Julian
out how I
Edelman that
wanted it to
time.
go.
And it's second down.
So going with one of my classic plays. And now I'm going to be passing to Grunk. One of my favorite catchers and
To
blockers.
throw again. Brady.
There we go, Grunk. Good boy.
And he's brought down after a good game. 23 yards on the play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes.
So
yeah, you're right.
close.
Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Okay, I'm going
Unable
with
to
the
connect
play.
on the first down pass
Passing
play.
to
Now
Gronk.
it's second down.
I didn't pass to Gronk because like, it wasn't a good
Throwing
pass.
again. Brady.
See,
In the middle, it's caught by Gronkowski.
yeah,
And
see,
taking it across midfield
That's
and
what-
just shy of the 40.
it
The
all
Patriot
matters
passing game
on
is
what
rolling.
you
They've got
think.
another first
And
down.
if it works,
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me,
Yeah.
I I think they
get
found
close to
a
getting the first
matchup
down.
that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this
I get
drive.
Yeah, opening
close
drive. It's a
every
tone
time.
setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
This
Yeah,
time,
and I think that
I
the
got
way
a first
things are
down.
going right now,
Keep on running! Run!
And he's in.
Touchdown!
Patriots. Julian Edelman, 41 yards.
New England, let's
The
go!
Pats have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
and I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they
I
ended
did
up in the end
not
zone.
think I was going to get a
Wilson
touchdown,
with the handoff.
but
And he will
whatever.
get in to make it 8-0.
I got a touchdown. And I got a 2 point.
Opening drive
What
touchdown.
could be
Opening
better?
drive touchdown and 2-point conversion.
Amazing nowadays for the kickers. I've actually talked with a few of them. They're more concerned about the point after touchdown than actually missing regular field goals. So maybe the coach is taking some pressure off here and just going for 2 and saying, I'm saving you for the big stuff
This will
later.
be
He's hanging
our
out by the
first
net.
play on defense. And it is bullets. I always like to be the center for defense.
Rivers on first
Just-
down. And his first pass here is going to
What?
fall incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. That'll bring up second down. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
I have to admit, I've rather enjoyed watching Melvin Gordon's improvement
I'm
as he's
sorry, guys.
developed as an NFL player because it started for me in college. Every year he was in school, he would add something extra to his game. First year, he knew how to run. He wanted to add pass receiving to his game. The next year,
Okay,
he wanted
guys,
to add pass
just
protection to his
don't
game.
worry
Did
about
all
that
of that.
noise.
That turned him
That's
into a first
nothing.
rounder, and now a front line NFL back.
Now Rivers. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down. And on
We're
third
gonna go for
down, a
another
nickel
blitz.
formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. And he's taken down at the 43, but now
I'm
before
picking the
picking
play.
up the first.
This
17
is
yards
not
for the
working out.
Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
I'm going for one out my good
One thing
place.
I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to be taken down deep into Patriot territory. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
Do
They're
you get the
trying
sense, Brandon,
hard.
that people are trying to
but
retire Antonio Gates? They
I
keep
don't
thinking
think
this
it
is almost the end of the
might
line,
not
and then he keeps making catches like the one we just saw there.
He's the old reliable, you're right, just one of 9 players in the NFL with 100 or more touchdowns.
losing a yard.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, the person carrying the ball is always the easy target when things aren't going so well. But I think it's a combination with the Chargers. They've got to get the offensive line going in order to improve those numbers from last year. They weren't very good running it, partner.
No, they were bottom of the AFC, 2nd to last in the entire NFL.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on
Just do
third
a
down.
run.
Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. 2nd and
Yes.
goal from the 2-yard line. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I don't often think that second down is a time you go play action, throw the ball.
Yes!
Commit to the
No
run
touchdown.
And think about it being
No
four down
touchdown
territory.
for you guys.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it?
So
If you go
make
for
it
it
a
on 4th down.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Oh, yeah.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
That's so
the runner-up
weird.
New England Patriots offense back onto the field. I wanted to get your thoughts on the offense for this crew as they go into 2018. How do they stack up, Charles?
Typically, New England, pretty darn stable. One of
Go,
the goals
Gronk.
going into the offseason was to try and hold on to running back Dion Lewis because coupled with James White, that's a heck of a tandem. Of course, the big fella, Gronk. You know, you find him another all-pro year in 2017. And remember, before 2017 began, they picked up Brandon Cooks in a trade at wide receiver. That paid off in a big way. He had his 3rd straight 1,000-yard season in the NFL. And then, of course, there's Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan, and they expect to get back Julian Edelman for all of 2018 coming off of a knee injury. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Pass interference. Defense.
Yep.
So
I
flag for the contact, pass interference.
I knew
I
it.
know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I side with you on this. It's the correct call.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked.
Okay,
2nd down.
I need to go.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up
What?
here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me.
No.
I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous
There we
pass.
go. There we go.
This is caught. Gronkowski. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Brady to Gronkowski. They make it look easy, don't they? And it's a
that
Patriot
touchdown.
first down.
That big, fat, juicy touchdown.
And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Come on, 4 yards. 4 yards.
From the
20.
4, it's
4 yards.
2nd and goal.
4
This is
straight.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
Let's go! Touchdown!
Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives him the first.
What?
And that's frustrating
No
because
touchdown?
you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to
kidding.
start all over. That can really, really be
Whatever.
demoralizing.
Now Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Gronkowski, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the
That was
Patriots
easy.
add 6 to their lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Throwing now is Brady. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And And that bumps their lead up even further. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there. It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Allen has it, left side.
Okay.
Touchdown,
Whatevs.
LA. Keenan Allen, 41 yards. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Okay. I passed it to Brock. I think I did this. I don't know.
Brady will try again on second down. And Gronkowski's got it. Complete over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The familiar refrain, Brady to Gronk for the New England first.
Brandon, with the way things are going with Tom Brady finding Gronk as many times as he has in this game and the team is winning, I think at some point maybe even Brady will do the Gronk dance.
Well, if he does that Gronk dance, Davis, that means you have to do that Gronk dance.
Trust me, partner, no one wants to see me do the Gronk dance.
You're right.
No one.
And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They try again with Lewis. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Dion Lewis, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The LA Chargers taking over on offense here in a second. They won 6 of their last 7 in 2017. You mentioned earlier, just missing the playoffs. And, you know, who would have guessed that they would have had a rebound like that? Because they started 0-4.
They really channeled, what, the 1992 Chargers franchise. They started 0-4 and ended up 12-4 and won their division. But they came close. What a valiant run. But they ran into our producer, Ben Ramsauer's Kansas City Chiefs, in Kansas City late in the season. That one loss out of those last 7, that's the one that kept them out of the playoffs.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
I bet we're going to do a pass.
Play action now. Rivers.
Yup.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. David Harris coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Edelman set to return. How did he stay on his feet? Still on his feet. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Patriots take over. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning the division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And now some teams use the running game just to bludgeon people. I think that Brady to Gronk does the exact same thing for them. Long, short, medium, they know how to connect.
In ways that sort of revolutionized the quarterback-tight end relationship. They can go, as you told me before, they go medium, they can go short, they go long.
And the way that Gronk is used, he's not just a tight end. Oftentimes they'll put him on the backside of formation as a single wide receiver, and he runs routes exactly that way.
Touchdown.
They'll run for it with Dion Lewis.
Yep.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Dion Lewis with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. On the return, it's Isaiah Burse. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe...
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
A plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down.
See you guys next time. Good.